Well, good afternoon, it's Margaret again. Thank you for joining me on this Sunday afternoon. Now, those of us who grow orchids, we have to, well, it's a politeness to show our failures as well as our successes. And sometimes the failures are more than the successes. And this one here, Phalaenopsis tetraspis purple. I won't show you how much I paid for it. This did flower for me once. And look at that. Nothing. And at first I thought it dropped one leaf and then it dropped another, and then I thought this isn't going to survive, and it hasn't. So never mind. This was a species, and like I always say, the species ones are quite difficult. So we'll take that down and we'll have to throw that one away. We've got one of the, as I call these soft-leaved Phalaenopsis, just coming into bloom. And I can't remember now whether this is the first bloom or the second. I've not had it that long, and it's tetraspis T2 times violacea Magenta Norton. In other words, Jennifer Palermo, and I've had this since 2012. And let's just have a look at it. Now, to all intents and purposes, one would think it needs watering, and it's nearly there. I mean, I could get away with this today. This is just in a pot with my scouring pads and some charcoal. I don't know whether you'll see right down there whether you can see the root tip, but there is a root tip growing down there. And this one's doing very well. And let me show you. I'll have to bring the camera up. There we go. Let's see if I can bring it in so you can actually see the colour. I know I'm against the light really. Let's just take it back a fraction. And there we go. So we've got a little fuzzy lip, little hairs there, and we've got green tips, and we've got this lovely deep lilac-y purple petals and sepals, and we've got another one there waiting to open. So this is one of the successes, and I don't do a lot with it. I just water them, let them dry, water them and feed them. And I think this is settled down nicely into my environment. And if we can go a little bit thingy from the back, you can see the green edges there of the sepals. So it's only going to be a short video, but I thought, well, yesterday I was thinking about the terrariums I've got, and you know I have them here under this shelf, and last night I forgot to actually open the top, so this morning all those terrariums were steamed up but I've opened the top slightly now. And then I've got these trays downstairs, and they hold water. Put your water level in here, and you see. And this matting, this is horticultural matting, that stays permanently wet. I have this for my seedlings downstairs. But what I thought I'd do, let's just put the camera down a minute. Let's bring you around into the right direction. And then, so you're able to see what I'm going to show you. There we go. See this little Phalaenopsis here? If you remember, this is the one that wanted to grow up its stem and grow away. Now, it's only in a little tiny pot, and the roots are doing quite well, but I think it just needed the help of a little extra humidity. So what I've done with this one, I've just placed it in here, in this little container. Now, I'll rub my hands underneath. Don't know whether you'll see that, but there's moisture. And I put the little tap on like that. Now, all these that are in this type of growing environment, I've got the tops open, so they don't rot. And I'll just show you some of the others that I've got in as well. And let's just, what I'm wanting just to see is whether in a few days' time or even a week, I'll notice any difference. Now this one here is from the miniata, cinnamon ascocentrum miniatum, and this came off. I've got a mother plant here, and the mother plant wasn't doing very well, so I decided to, and this was a little growth at the side. See, it's struggling with that leaf. So I decided to mount this one, and it's got the moss on there, and I can just sit it in this. Actually, I'm going to take that little hook out there. I've got another one somewhere on here that I took out yesterday. I must put them somewhere safe because I'll be looking for them when I come to hang them up. And again, you see, it sits in that little tray, and there's just enough room for this one. So that orchid can sit inside, and it's getting all that humidity from underneath. And I've done likewise, I've done the same with my little ones from Kathy. Now, believe it or not, can you see that little root there? I'm sure that's bobbed out a little bit further just by putting it in this humidity tray. So I could do with the label being the other way around, because this one's very awkward to try and get into this, so I don't damage those leaves. But there we go, you see. There we go. So that's another one. I'm just trying. I mean, if you don't try these things, how are you ever going to learn? And your orchids will soon tell you if they don't like it, as long as you keep your eye on what your orchids are doing. This is another one. And this is, I think, a variegated one, but a darker one I've got here. Don't know if you'll see that, probably not. AOJINKU. and it's got a little tiny root. I was a little bit worried because that root is just underneath the fishing line. So that seems to be okay. And this is one of those little seedlings that I had from Mark, and I didn't get, two of them didn't make it through the winter, but this did. And look at the root there. Can you see that root there? And we've got this root here. And so I think this one is going to be fine. And I'm going to put them in here again. Just try to position them so I'm just doing this off camera because I have to be careful because I've got that little pokey out root of that one from Mark, so I have to be a bit careful with that one. And then I've got the labels, of course. There, see? And let's put the little top on. No, got that wrong. That shouldn't fit that way. There. I need them to sit upright. And you see. So that when I put the little top on, there we go. They've got space. They've got the little top open like that. I think this particular tray holds 7. And at the moment I've got 6. Now this is on a piece of cork mount, and this is a bulbophyllum. This is one from Kathy, and I thought, well, I'm going to try this one in it. Look at that little root there, and there's enough space for this. I've got one bulb here with a good leaf, and I've got this new bulb here, and it's sending out roots there, and that just sits in here. I have to tilt this one, and I can just about, if I manoeuvre it right, I think maybe that way I'll go. There, let me see. I don't like it really touching, but because that's quite a big leaf, I'll probably find a better way of placing it in there, and I'll just show you the last one I've got. Now, the ones I've chosen are all ones that I do believe just need a little bit of help. And here's the last one I've got. And this is Isabella Pulchella. And this is from Kathy. I've got some lichen on this little piece of cork mount. And put some moss, and we've got, I call these needles because they're not like leaves. I call them needles, a little bit like the needles here of this dockrilla, and with this dockrilla I've got a new root coming there. Can you see that new root coming there? And of course I've got this one here. And I call these needles. I'll put that back in a minute. So this little Isabella has got one needle It's got 1 needle, 2 needles. And these little tiny bulbs. So we'll just have to see whether that benefits from being in this high humidity with the trays, and I'll come back and give you updates. So I've got another one of these soft-leaved Phalaenopsis, Yaffon Green Canary, that may open tomorrow. So thank you for joining me, for sparing the time this Sunday afternoon, and we'll be back soon. Bye bye now.